What's up, guys? Let me do this video real quick. This video is about why you should never pay upfront for private lessons in martial arts or for working out, for that matter, even regular fitness training, and you're paying a personal trainer. But especially, the perspective I'm gonna give you is the martial arts perspective. Fighting, kickboxing, boxing, especially, lessons where people have to hold mitts or they have to, use their body, basically, right? The coach does. The reason why you should never pay for lessons up front, even though these coaches are going to tell you, pay for 10 up front, I'll give you a discount. Pay for X amount and I'll give you a discount. Well, first of all, I understand their logic. I understand why they want the money up front. And first of all, maybe they need the money. Everybody's got to make a living. Maybe they want to keep their schedule full without having to update it constantly. And if they know if you pay up front, they'll schedule you in at a certain time. Maybe it works better, right? But honestly, guys, what happens when you start paying for lessons up front, it gives your trainer no incentive to do any of the work. I can't count how many times that I've seen people out throughout the years that pay coaches private lessons, especially boxing or kickboxing coach, someone that's holding pads and, teaching technique or should be teaching technique and holding mitts and stuff. A lot of trainers are lazy. I'll be honest with you. I get as many lessons as I want, pretty much. I get tons of private lessons. And it's not just because I was a former UFC fighter and I have a decent name and everything. Honestly, it's because I'm not lazy. I hold pads. I'll teach an hour lesson. I'll hold pads 45 minutes of the lesson, at least 40 minutes sometimes. It's very rare I hold pads less than 30 minutes in a lesson. And I know a lot of trainers will give you an hour lesson. They'll make you jump rope 3 rounds. They'll make you shadow box, and then they'll do 3 3-minute rounds in the pads with you, and then you got to hit the bag the rest of the lesson. So if you're a person coming in trying to fight, I would just suggest paying per lesson. Just tell them I can't afford more at the moment, and don't get you want to give the person incentive to do their job, as in holding the pads, as in putting the effort in, correcting the technique, telling you, do this, do that, not just making you hit the damn bag while you pay them for an hour. Of course, I make my students sometimes hit the bag at the end of a lesson as well. There's certain drills and practice routines and stuff you can do, but it shouldn't be the majority of the lesson is them not holding pads, them not doing much. I've had coaches over the years, I hear this, fighters, all they want to do is hit mitts. All they want to do is hit mitts. Well, if they're the paying client, maybe you should quit being lazy and hold for them more, because you got to give the customer what they want. I agree, the whole hour doesn't have to be mitts. And there's a lot of other stuff. I do a lot of defensive sticks and a lot of different, a lot of different stuff when I'm teaching striking lessons. But at the same time, that's just a cop-out for a lot of these guys because they're too lazy to hold pads. And it's really annoying. So you don't want to, I've had teammates or friends pay for 10 lessons up front, and I've did this before as well. Pay for 10 lessons up front, and by the 3rd lesson, the dude's in there going through the motions, not putting effort out, and then it's just, at that point, you're just wasting your money. So make sure you don't pay up front, in my opinion. You pay per lesson. You should not be paying up front unless, now I will say this, if you've built a good rapport with the guy, like you have a good connection with your coach, whoever he or she is, and you've been working with them for a while and you have a good connection with them, then I do understand, that's a different scenario. But I'm talking about the first few months of working with someone, you shouldn't be paying for 5 or 10 lessons up front, in my opinion. So just some advice, whether you're training, personal training, or you're getting just someone to lose weight with, someone coaching you to do that, to lose weight, from training to want to be a fighter, whatever your goal is, I just suggest you not paying a lot up front, because you want to give the person the incentive to work. And once they got that money, as bad as it sounds, it seems like a lot of people lose their incentive. So it kind of ends up backfiring on you lots of times, from my experience and what I've seen over the years. So just something to think about, guys. Be careful paying for lessons up front. Let me know any other questions or videos you'd like me to go over. Get my book, The Ultimate Guide to Choosing Martial Arts Core Instructor. The link is in the description below. Thank you, guys.